Hey folks, Phil the Bee Man here. I thought I'd show you one of the least understood bee behaviors. What we see here is bees on the front of the hive, and this is a behavior we call washboarding. Those bees kind of just moving back and forth and slightly left and right, waving their wings a little bit. It doesn't really predict anything else in the hives. I'm not sure if they do it because they're feeling good. Often it's a hive that's in pretty good shape. Let's open it up and have a look. This is a hive that got an extra super on top of a single, probably 10 days ago. Sorry, I'm gonna have to just pry this loose for a second. There's definitely nectar in the comb, but there's also empty space in the comb. There's brood, lots of young larvae in this center area. I know the lighting conditions are probably a little tough to see all that. It's not a hive that's crazy overpopulated. I don't think that's an indicator of swarming. We can open it up and check that a little bit more. Just stand by and I'll do that. Here's the bottom box. I don't see the kind of jamming out on nectar. Lots of space. Typically a hive that's preparing to swarm is really starting to jam out. Lots of bees in the hive, but again, might be, I don't think those are drones. Here's a cup here. Right there. Nothing in it. There's another cup. Another cup right there. I don't think this hive probably doesn't look all that different than any of the rest. So when I've looked into it, there's people who disagree. Now notice that all the disruption that I've caused here, they've pretty much cooled it on the washboarding. These hives are hot. The reason I'm here is to take the guards off. But even hives that are quite a bit more bees hanging out the front don't have bees in that same behavior. Here's one that's really quite hot, and they're doing, those girls here, they're hot and they're hanging out on the outside of the hive, but they're not all lined up together doing the little dance. So yeah, it's one of those things that I don't think we really understood. It would be great to know what that told you about the hive. If anyone knows, they can tell me in the comments. Because if it was predictive of something, I'd sure like to know about it. But I've never been able to figure it out. Here's another hive washboarding. Interestingly, both hives were on the shaded side of the pallet. So these hives aren't as hot. I'll come in real tight. You can see how those bees are all kind of synced up, pretty much in line. They're a little hot. I'm going to pull that guard off and we'll smoke them a little bit. Smoke disrupts them. We'll pull the guard off. And we'll see if they line back up again or if they're done for the day. Not sure if I spoiled the party. No, it looks like they're reforming. The Congo line shall go on here. So anyway, that's washboarding. You can make of that what you will. I've never been able to, I like to think I understand bee behavior pretty well. This is one that always amuses me, but doesn't really inform me too much. So like I said, if you have, if you got any fantastic insight on this one, I'd sure like to hear about it. Put it in the comments.